So, okay. To the stage, please.
I got news for soulwax, and this goes the same for any artist who thinks that all their little differences are so observed by the public. No one really, I mean, okay, not no one, but like me as a fan, I don't really notice the difference. I mean, I notice the difference musically, but you know, if all of a sudden during a Night Versions thing, it just became a soulwax thing, what am I going to do, leave because it didn't say soulwax on the poster? I'd be like, cool.
Is your remote control?
Remote control.
So the whole thing is like.
I mean, there's never any doubt. I don't think that there's never any kind of any doubt of the people who ever play on these tours. You know, I can't really think of anybody who's kind of been on there where I've kind of gone, oh, I don't know about that.
Wait a minute, I thought LCD Sound System was Godfathers of New Rave. There's only room for one Godfather.
Unlike soulwax or Justice or digitalism, I actually was a raver, okay? Like, I raved. I can't rave dance now, not here, but no, I don't mean it like it's definitely not to brag or anything. I just mean more that, like, when the word's thrown around, I have some perspective on it. And with that in mind, I will say what the soulwax and the Night Versions and the radio soulwax, actually there is something kind of rave about it. I don't know if people who talk about new rave know what real rave is necessarily. I think it's just like they throw around the word. But the thing actually, the idea of, yeah, I don't like to use the word eclectic because it's a bit like it's overused, but for example, Dave, okay? Dave never raved. Dave's never even taken drugs. Dave's never anything. But he's got kind of a raver in him, in the sense that, like, he really, really, really likes to see people go, like, mental. It's not like watch people groove out, you know? It's not like let's get a good groove going. And like, it's a specifically kind of a rave aesthetic. And that soulwax had it. Radio soulwax had it. Like it's this idea of we want to see how crazy people will go.
I was in a new wave band, which was in the early 80s. Like, I was in a new wave band. It was called New Wave because it was new, not because it was. So I feel very weird about that stuff coming back when I see it, and I'm like, that was, your irony is my history, sort of. Like, I feel really weird about it.
And I don't mean this, I'm half Italian, my mom is Italian, so I don't mean this in any disrespect. It's full of fucking macho, beefed up, fucking greased up monkeys in their fucking. Sorry, I'm not gonna even go there.
I think there's a point where Dave brought around the finished album unmastered and brought it back to my old flat up in Tuffle Park, and Steph saying to me, I think this is going to really, really confuse people a little bit, which I thought was, then I was kind of like, I didn't kind of like understand exactly what was fully meant by that. Looking back at it, I now know what he meant by it, because it was really, really, really brave.
I think every DJ should be forced to be in a punk band for a year at some point, because then I'll never have to hear again the complaint when I see somebody with a laptop and not records. And I'm like, why do you have a laptop? And they're like, records are too heavy. Which drives me totally insane, because DJing next to video game tester might be the most ridiculous, simplest, easiest, most overpaid job on the planet. I love it, don't get me wrong, like, it's a great thing, and I also think it takes a certain amount of skill, and it takes, like, you know, you have to be respectful to the people that you're playing to, you have to do a good job, and, you know, I take it very seriously on that level, but on the other level of, like, it's a lark. Like, you show up at an airport with your records and someone's like there with a thing with your name on it, and they're, let me carry those are so heavy, and well, here's the car, and we'll take you to a really nice hotel, and then we'll take you out to dinner at a really nice restaurant, and then you don't have to be anywhere till 11 o'clock or midnight or something. Or if it's Spain, you don't have to be anywhere there till like 4 a.m. But when you're DJing, you get there and you have the whole day to go record shopping. And there's sometimes a guy who shows you the record stores. There's a guy, literally, that's employed by the club promoter who's like, okay, Derek's gonna show you around, so he'll drive you, and if you need to go to record stores, apparently you really like coffee. There's a really great guy. Like, they'll know things like you really like coffee and take you to apparently the best coffee in town. And it's awesome, and I love it. And but it really is a lot easier than being in a band. And I was talking to Tika, and he was saying, like, I think I'm gonna try and play live. And I just was like, don't. Are you an idiot? Why would you do that? It's, I don't know how else to describe like what would be what choosing that would be. Choosing that would be like.
I wish I had a band. That's why I hang around with Dave and stuff. I wish I had a band.
I think it's a brilliant idea to play as a band.
Look, it's winter. It's winter. I spoke with my girlfriend in Berlin. It's raining, cold, dark, grey.
May I ask, if you had to be the boyfriend of one of Soulwax, which one would it be and why?
Steph, Steve, and Bassface all have there's quite a manly vibe going on there. Dave's a bit more, Dave I think is always going to be more like that, you know, he's got his own thing. And it would always be offset, but I don't know, the rest of them could get away with some crazy shit if they wanted to, that's all I'm saying. Like Steve could wear one of those, I don't know what those things, do you know drummers who wear that ring with the leather? He could do it, but he could do it and people wouldn't laugh. I wouldn't laugh.
Seriously, this is the biggest strip joint ever.
Look at it.
I remember you because it was full of pretty girls in the club and
Because you've seen the bit where he sings for the last time, so you can go home now. And normally I go home like as soon as he sings for the last time, because I know what's gonna happen then. But tonight, they added like 30 more seconds of feedback, so I stayed.
So I would like more singing. I would like guitar playing, real guitar playing. I would like Dave to like come out from behind the things and just fucking solo, like real solo. I would like, I actually, hold on. I like it when everyone solos. I like it when the singer says, on drums, Steve, and then he does that, and then you go bass face. I would like to see that. Bass solo. Flea does it. Or is bass face afraid? I throw down a challenge.
I'm an electric shaver.
You know what? I was for a long time, and then it ran out of like power, and the blades went all shit. Now I'm just like, never got around to buying. Like,
I tried, but I'm unable.
Exactly.
it's good. It's a different experience completely.
I know. I really wanted to do it. I wanted to get into the products and everything, and taking time to do it and everything. But my skin isn't ready for it.
Get a stupid girlfriend who fucking every time you're like, where's my razor? Oh, it's in the shower, and it's got loads of her fucking leg hairs.
Sure, leg hairs.
You know what?
Sure.
Can I just
Cold
say
Sore
it's like
Central.
completely different from when we went with you guys?
It's cool tonight, man. It's really fun.
It's the same guy from fucking Brazil. This fucking guy, luckiest cameraman in the world, man.
I don't think we don't have any secrets. Apart from maybe one.
But you know what? The name Soulwax is so bad.
I couldn't really repeat.
It's so bad that it kind of just, it escapes criticism. I don't know how. Like, I don't know why nobody's really made fun of it. I try, but I'm like this little, I'm only one man. I can only do it. But I don't know why, for example, even in the press, I've never read any diss, nothing. Nobody, I think it's because it's so bad that it just escapes criticism. It's like, I don't know. It's like when you see guys in sandals, or, I don't know, they're things, it's just so off the chart, you don't even know where to start.
And I think the really good thing about night versions is on some occasions where they've played, especially on the Radio Soulwax tour, they've like played over the DJ who's playing, or the DJ after's kind of mixed in over the top, or there's been some kind of continuity where like the main emphasis is on the music and not in the whole fact of there's a band now coming on. You know, everybody has to turn and stop looking at the DJ and then turn and look at the band and then after come back to the DJ or something. It's always been about, you know, just keeping it fluid. If there's a bunch of people just dancing and they're just still dancing, they're oblivious to the fact that a band's actually come on behind them. They're still just going for it. You know what I mean? Looking over at the DJ.
I say it in German, like a real German would say.
Part of the
weekend never dies.
Okay, let's do it in American.
Yeah, part of the weekend never dies.